walking like a villain, all black from my head to my toes, down to my drawers, mic in my hand, got it wrapped in my paws, gold chain swing, get a round of applause. Walking like a villain, all black from my head to my toes, down to my drawers, mic in my hand, got it wrapped in my paws, gold chain swing and get a round of applause. Put your hands together, and if you don't, I'm gonna shove this down your throat. Choke, cough a lung up, breathing all the smoke. I said, whoa, I demand that attention from this whole row. Rap word for word, they like, oh no. I played voided rooms, I'd rather play a packed house and enjoy the booze instead of hearing only crickets for the whole show. So I walk in like a villain, all black from my head to my toes, down to my drawers, mic in my hand, got it wrapped in my paws, gold chain swing, get a round of applause. Walking like a villain, all black from my head to my toes, down to my drawers, mic in my hand, got it wrapped in my paws, gold chain swing and get a round of applause.
Welcome back, baby. For y'all that don't know, it's Tuesday. And guess what? On Tuesdays, it's time for TKOs. I'm the host of this here channel. My name's Gaff. I do this every single day of the week. Seems. I give you guys MMA and boxing tips, picks, parlays, tricks, you know, all that shit. And I'm back again, baby. I'm back again because we have another slew of TKOs to look at. I mean, come on. We just got some more boxing ones. We got some bare knuckle. We got some regular boxing. We got a couple MMA ones to add. It was a jam-packed weekend. So hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Again, if you like the stuff that we're doing on this channel, please scan the QR code right here and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to that number. And if you can please be so kind as to share with a friend, a like-minded fellow that likes MMA and boxing content, please do so. So please scan that QR code, become a fan of the channel, join the family. Also, follow on social. That's where we put out the cut downs. That's where we put out parlays, where we connect with the audience. So please don't forget to follow on socials. It's One More Round F8 on X, because on X there's a character limit, but that's where we live tweet the fights and keep you guys updated with what's going on, especially in terms of UFC and PFL. Also, if you haven't already, follow the other channels, Main Card Minute and One More Round Fights. That's where you can catch me doing full card watch-alongs for the UFC with Luke of Morning Combat. And just for housekeeping purposes, Main Card Minute on your left, One More Round Fights on your right. Baby. If you like what you see with the content, you have some suggestions, you want to show that you're rocking some merch, send it in to one more round fights at gmail.com. That's one more round fights at gmail.com. Now, guys, it's Tuesday. I mean, it's on the thumbnail. You know what's going down. We're talking about the best TKOs of the week. So it's only right that we start with the best knockouts so far in 2026, right? Let's go through them, shall we? We're not going to show them all, but we will talk about them because they will remain in the list until something knocks them off. We will have an official top 5 after this week. So we will have a boxing bracket. We will have an MMA bracket. Okay, obviously MMA is going to be a little stiffer because there's so many promotions over there. We got UFC, we got PFL. One championship's going to get themselves on the board at some point, and so will Ryzen. We got a Ryzen card in March with Patchy Mix. So yeah, TKOs are coming, baby. TKOs are coming. But the 5 that are staying right now in terms of best knockouts, we have 2 in boxing and 3 in MMA. Okay. Right now, it's sitting at the top 2 in boxing, being the Dalton Smith versus Subriel Matias 5th round TKO, head to head, belt winning as a dog, you know. And then we have the beautiful sequence by my boy Bruce Carrington with a 9th round TKO over Carlos Castro. Okay, so those are the 2 boxing entries that we have on the year thus far that are remaining atop the list of best knockouts. All right. I know there was a couple more, but I don't think those were staying in our top list. You know, Keyshawn Davis, solid knockout. That's not staying in our top knockouts list. And neither is Jacob Bank versus William Skull. Yeah, it was also a 12th round TKO, but the sequence wasn't as eye-catching as the ones that are now entering our list, if that makes sense. Okay, so the Dalton Smith Subriel Matias knockout and the Bruce Carrington versus Carlos Castro are boxing knockouts thus far. As for MMA knockouts, they sit at the Josh Hokett over Denzel Freeman flip off FU fuck you KO knockout. That was round 1, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. That was also a performance of the night bonus. That should be noted. Okay. UFC 325, we have Mauricio Hufi defeating Rafael Fiziev via TKO punches, round 2, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That also produced a performance of the night bonus. And don't forget about the Kenshiro Nakamura versus Sebastian Zalai knockout, round 3 by knee in a fight that he was absolutely losing on the scorecards, wins the road to UFC tournament. A minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. I mean, yeah, he was going to lose. The trajectory of his career changes if he doesn't get that knockout. So those are the knockouts that are remaining from the cards that we've seen thus far this year. Okay, but now it's time to look at the knockouts from UFC Fight Night. Bautista versus Oliveira. Let's see who's in the chat. Total Mez in the chat. What up? And Octopus always showing up. What up, Octopus? How you feeling? How you feeling? But let's go ahead and look at our first knockout here. We're going to try to not play sound. Okay. But the first entry obviously is going to be, you know, one that even our champion, Poatan Pereira, like, he took notice of not only this fighter and what he was able to do in this fight, but the fact that he's been doing it post them meeting, post having a couple hiccups since he's been here. Okay. Let's first bring in the knockout of Dustin Jacoby over Julius Walker. Oh yeah. All right, so first he has him up against the fence, punches, unable to intelligently defend himself, then hits him with a couple uppercuts, then a hook, then a couple of hooks, hammer fist to the back of the head. Beautiful sequence to end the bout. I mean, yeah, what wasn't going well for my guy Julius Walker there. And Poatan after the fight, showing him watching the sequence, writing a heartfelt message to Jacoby after this. I mean, Jacoby just putting it on him here, strike after strike after strike after strike after strike. All right. But I don't think that one's going to stay in our list. But that I just had to mention that knockout. I had to mention that knockout, but it wasn't going to stay in our list. It just couldn't, unfortunately, because we have an even better knockout on the very same card. Check this out. I mean, Nikolai Varetnikov and Nico Price. Round 1 KO. Check this sequence out. Pushes him up against the fence. Big right hand over the top. Left knee. Right elbow over the top. Right hand. Left hook. Right hand. Oh. Oh. Oh, why? Nico's so tough. He still didn't go down from that. Look at this. All this barrage of strikes. Clean, too. Clean, 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 clean. That last one was not that clean. But all those are clean strikes. And the chin of Nico Price needs to be studied because how he stayed on his feet, I'll never fucking know. I'll never fucking know. Many men would have touched canvas. This man's just casually holding on to the fence, asking somebody, what are we having for lunch after this? He's like, what? He took me out? No way. And he's like, yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, just 2, 3, 4, 5 unanswered strikes. The fifth, thankfully, not being as clean as the first 4 because Nico Price with a chin. I've never seen a chin like that. Let's talk about it. I've never seen a chin like Nico Price's. Nico Price's chin needs to be studied, bro. Nico Price's chin needs to be studied. I mean, that's absurd. That's absurd. That's not even right. That's not even right, man. I mean, just think about the shots Nico Price has taken in the past few years. I mean, the Jacoby Smith fight, he took a couple of hell of a couple shots before it ended in submission. Don't forget that. All right. But Robbie Lawler, Phil Rowe, Michelle Pereira took some brain cells off him. Vicente Luque, Jeff Neal, Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Man, Nico Price. That's his 3rd loss in a row, too, unfortunately, for Nico Price. But Nikolai Varetnikov, get him back to the form that we thought he should have coming into the UFC. I know a lot of people started fading him. He had better expectations than he's been given on recently. But, yeah. Shout out to Nikolai Varetnikov. I think that's going to be an entry for a little bit, man. I think that's going to enter our top 5 list for a little bit. I think that Nikolai Varetnikov knockout deserves to stay on our deserves to stay on our list. And he's going to be fun at welterweight if he keeps on producing performances like that. If he keeps continuing to be a hammer. Oh man. Imagine waking up pinned to the fence by the ref, right? Exactly. That's what he's like, what? They stopped it. And then he looked around and he's like, oh man, he's on the other side of the cage. Oh, yeah, probably should have called that. Good job, ref. Appreciate you there. Appreciate you. But yeah, so those are the entries from UFC Vegas 113. There wasn't a lot of knockouts on this card, believe it or not, guys. If you were looking for knockouts on this UFC Vegas card, it wasn't our night. It wasn't our night. And unfortunately, our clubber parlay did not cash last week. It was Oleksiejczuk, Dustin Jacoby, and Daniil Danchenko. The only reason that the Nico Price Retnikov fight wasn't in this is because they didn't release lines for this fight until like day of the fight. It was very late. So we didn't want to include an under. We wanted to include a knockout parlay. So this is the reason it wasn't included. Dustin Jacoby obviously cashed. Oleksiejczuk gets fight of the night, but somehow Marc-Andre Barrio makes it to the final bell. And the same happens with Alex Morono. These guys brought their all-time chins to the cage on Saturday night, and unfortunately we couldn't cash our clubber parlay. And it wasn't even great odds, but you know, we had to put something out there. It would have lost anyways because instead of Daniil Danchenko, it would have been Nico Price, and then we would have lost on Oleksiejczuk regardless. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We did not cash our clubber parlay this week. I will have another clubber parlay for you at the end of this stream. So stick around if you like knockouts. Stick around if you like knockout parlays, and stick around if you just like some content to have on a little Tuesday, especially showing some of the best knockouts around MMA and boxing. Okay, so if you enjoy the content, please, guys, like the video below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, follow on socials, all that shit. Okay, so the next knockouts we're going to be looking at, PFL Dubai provided some knockouts, baby. PFL Dubai provided some knockouts. knockouts. There wasn't a lot of knockouts on the UFC card. Unfortunately, it was a fantastic card though. Solid matchups all throughout the card, but only a couple TKOs on the card. The rest were submissions and decisions. But we move on to PFL Dubai. And the first showcase of striking and the first knockout that we obviously have to talk about, if we don't talk about it, it would be criminal. It didn't go down how we expected it to. Unfortunately, we had to take an L on this one. I can't believe it ended up ending by submission. I truly could not believe it with my own two eyes. I looked at my bet and it said submission. It said your bet lost. And I was like, excuse me, my bet, it lost? Yeah, it lost. It lost. Oh man, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. Here it is. I mean, crucifix, elbows. You would think referee stopped it, but apparently it was a verbal submission. Apparently it was a verbal submission. Tap to strikes. I couldn't believe it either, guys. I didn't believe it either. I was like, that looked like a TKO to me. That had all the qualifications that I believe the TKO should have, but apparently so. That's not what we were doing here. That's not what happened. And yeah, this ended up being that. I know. I know. TKOs don't cash on his Belayev Pinetto. They don't. But beautiful sequence because he obviously used his striking to get him here. He hurt Pinetto and then got him down in compromising position, used these strikes, and unfortunately we weren't able to cash on a TKO prop here. But we have a nice, bright, new young star in the PFL. This kid is only I believe he's only 20, 26. What? How old is he? 28? Hold on, I think I have it written down here. Because I was like, he's young, he's time, he's got to, what is he? Fuck, I don't have it written down. Either way, he's a prospect that I like to see in the PFL shine. So, remains to be seen what we can do with him, but ceiling is very freaking high. The other knockout that I want to talk about that actually ended up being a knockout, thankfully, Nurmagomedov defeats Colton England with a barrage of strikes. When I mean barrage of strikes, I mean barrage of strikes. Check this shit out. Check it out, brother. Look at this. From the jumpers, body kick, right hand, misses with the left hook, tries to get him down. He's like, all right, let me put you down, and then let me just unleash strikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You thought it was over 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. Jeez, man. Did he owe Big John money? Big John was like, yo, you should style that. He's like, yeah, get a couple more licks in. Get a couple more licks in. Oh, man. Look at this. Look at this one more time, yo. Look at this one more time, man. The celebration might have been longer than the barrage of strikes. Might have been long. Look at Khabib, just proud. Just absolutely proud. Team Abdulmanap, just happy to see it. Look at this. Oh, yeah, the body kick into the punch. He's so lucky that left hook missed. He had bad intentions with that left hook. Gets him down. Oh, yeah. And then unleashes that Dagestani ground and pound. He said, stop holding that fence. Beat him up some more, please. Thank you. When I see blood, I'll stop this. Oh, there we go. All right. Pinata season. Oh, yeah. What a knockout. I mean, not going to stay in my list, I don't think, for too long. but a solid knockout that I'll keep an eye on for sure. Solid knockout that I'll keep an eye on, but I don't think it stays in our top 5 for too long if it does make our top 5. If you guys think it should stay in the top 5, you let me know in the comments. Next knockout I want to talk about is a guy that we've been waiting to get knockouts for quite some time, and he hasn't been able to do so. But this fight, he was finally able to showcase his skills, and I was happy to see it. Shout out to him. Team Abdulmanap ended up taking an L on this one because of it. But Taylor Lapilus ends up getting a nice TKO victory over Kasim Kasimov. Check out his knockout here. I mean, low kick into the left straight, drops him, finishes with some ground and pound, boom, 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 and it's over. Shout out to the PFL. Man, what a sequence. Look, crowds in awe because their guy just got taken out by Taylor Lapilus, who's a decision machine. And Taylor's like, no, I got power over here. I got title aspirations over here. Look at him going up to Dan Hardy, letting everybody know it's my time. I'm here. Don't forget about me. Don't overlook me. I'm in front of you right here. He's like, I'm getting finishes. Put me in a title shot. He goes over here too, gets his camera time. Let's go. I mean, we got to see the sequence from Taylor Lapilus again. Look at him embracing his moment, showing off a little bit of his personality. You love to see it. You love to see a fighter finally break through later in their career, you know? Look at this. Look at this. Low kick into the left straight. Just misses on a couple other strikes, but finishes with some ground and pound. Almost puts him out. You see him go out a little bit on one of those ground and pound strikes, and that causes the referee to step in because if it kept going, he probably does end up putting him out. And I see that knockout almost like a Sean O'Malley on who was it? The Brazilian. He had like it's like I forget his name. Thomas Almeida. Almost like that. Look at him go. And the last one from PFL. There's one more from PFL that we got to talk about. I mean, it wasn't exactly like your traditional knockout, but oh yeah, we're talking about Khabib Nabiev. Look at this. Looks like he had a submission. He's like, no. I'm gonna continue this damage because I see blood, baby. I see blood. Full mount, just unleashes strikes, has his opponent squirming, just starts posting and laying that right hand on him. And yeah, gets the TKO finish. And then still shows respect to his opponent, which is a rarity these days. But you know, look at this. Oh yeah. Look at that. Just full mount. Yo, doesn't he look just like Khabib too? Like if you don't even have to squint because I have the video so small. I don't want to full screen it, but yeah, didn't he look like Khabib from the top? That was crazy. Even from the backside, you're like, yo, he looks like a Khabib, early Khabib. Isn't that crazy? And yeah, his name's Khabib. That's the funny part. His name's actually Khabib. He trains with Khabib. It's awesome. But yeah, I think his knockout entry is gonna remain on our list for a little bit now. PFL had a couple of good ones, obviously some ground and pounders. One good entry from Taylor Lapilus. Still not the cleanest because he ended up getting a ground and pound victory as well. So these were all ground and pounds from PFL Dubai, but deserve to be talked as knockout entries as well. I don't know if any of these are going to stay on our list, remain in our top 5, but damn it. They were knockouts to me. But we got a few boxing knockouts to talk about. More than a few. I have to take a sip of water because this next knockout is a top 5 on any list. MMA, boxing, bare knuckle boxing, whatever you want to call it, brother. This knockout is one of the best knockouts of the year. And it's a 2-in-1 special, and it's to win a belt, and it's in the final round, and it's a young upcoming guy who's been counted out a couple times, but he was counted out. He was behind on the scorecards. It had every single thing that you wanted in a knockout, y'all. Every single piece, pillar to post. Check this shit out. This is Brandon Figueroa and Nick Ball, baby. This is for the featherweight title, round 12. This is cinematic awesomeness. Please look. Please look. All right. This is round 12. He's already been hurt. Gets counted. Brandon Figueroa drops him again with a left hook to his face. You'd think it's over now, don't you? He somehow gets up, dude. He somehow beats this fucking count. Gets back up right away, even doesn't even take more time than he needs. Gets coached into it from the ref, and then just bop, 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 put through the ropes. It's over. It's over. Brandon Figueroa celebrates. Everyone celebrates. His family celebrates. The crowd celebrates. It's look at that moment, bro. That's movie shit right there. They'll make a movie about this. I gotta think about it. I feel like if they don't, his team will. Like, what a knockout. And then the other, his team behind him getting a little angry at it. I mean, we gotta watch it again. We gotta this again. Oh, oh. What happens if I full screen this? Look at this. I got y'all. I got y'all. Look at this. Oh, 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 wow. Wowzers. Just wow. That is that not the best knockout we've seen this year? No, that's got to be number one so far for me. I don't know about you guys, but for my list, all intents and purposes, Dalton Smith, Surreal Matias was solid. Bruce Carrington was solid. But for boxing, that is number one, sir. That is the top knockout of the year in boxing. I think it's the best one of the year so far in all combat sports. It was fantastic. I'm sorry. It just was. It was fantastic. It was one of the best knockouts I've seen in a long time. Shout out to Brandon Figueroa. Shout out to Nick Ball for putting on a great fight with him. These Warriors went toe to toe for 12 whole freaking rounds. And in the end, guess what? Brandon Figueroa got a 12-round knockout and an absolute beaut. Octopus no friends with the father's plan. We got late night fights tonight after an 8-year hiatus. Pancrase returns to Fight Pass. Oh shit, Pancrase back. Are we not entertained? Yeah, so Brandon Figueroa just stated that he's back, and Stephen Fulton's happy he faced him already. He's like, whoa, got out the woods with that one. Oh man, there was some other boxing knockouts though. The other knockouts in classic boxing, I didn't want to include on this list if I'm being honest. They were all classic, drops to a knee, overwhelms him in the corner, just your classic knockouts. No need to take a look at any of these. But this one I wanted to include because this man is a 3-time cancer survivor. And this man comes back against the heavyweight BKFC champ to win the BKFC title. Give me Andre Arlovsky for 500, please. Thank you. Throw him up on the board, if you will. Throw him up on the board. Andrei Arlovsky. I mean, which one do we want to look at? Let's look at top left so we can avoid some of that. Yeah. Hey, can we full screen that? Yeah, there we go. All right. Look at it. Oh, look at that right hand, and then another right hand, and then another right hand, and then a left hook, and then that was the finishing sequence. There you go. It wasn't getting any better for Rothwell from there. Oh, oh, look at his right hand again. Split him, and then another more right hand, and then the jab, and then the left hook, and then the right hook over the top, then frames just to let him know, yeah, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. And then a left hook, and then a right overhead, and then a right straight. Oh, Arlovsky, you fucking animal. What a sequence, my boy. What a sequence. Andrei Arlovsky just proving all the haters wrong. Just proving all the haters wrong, man. He's out here. He's out here putting hands on him. He don't care if you're fucking Jack Doherty. He don't care if you're Ben Rothwell. He don't care if you're the Island Boys. He'll smack any one of y'all. He don't care. Shout out to Andrei Arlovsky. And then this next boxer that made the knockouts list, and my best knockout from the card. The People's King of Violence, Lorenzo Hunt, defeats David Mundell via knockout round 4, 29 seconds. And this, my friend, is a nicely executed knockout if I've ever seen one. Go ahead and peep this shit. Go ahead, feast your eyes. Feast your eyes. Oh, yeah. Go for it, Lorenzo. Get him. You see it. Oh, big overhand right. Stands over him, aura farming, has him rocking side to side in so much pain. And then he's like, oh, I probably won this. Let me start triple aura farming. Starts pounce. Just look at the wobble afterwards. That's what does it for me. The wobble when he gets up is what does it for me. Haven't had him looking like the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube, man. I mean, look at the aura farming. Look at that right hand. Oh, man. Why? You didn't have to do him like that, Lorenzo. You didn't have to do him like that. Oh, Lorenzo. Why you do him like that, Lorenzo? He ain't do nothing to you, Lorenzo. Not a damn thing. And you had to treat him like that. He's a good man, Lorenzo. No, I'm kidding. That guy's my hero. What a beast he is. Oh man. What a knockout from Arlovsky, Octopus is talking about. But Lorenzo Hunt, what a freaking punch. We've seen him do that time and time again in the BKFC, man. That is no surprise coming from Lorenzo Hunt. No surprise here as well. We had a nice knockout from a people's favorite over here, Johnny Garbarino. Look at this young guy use his hands and just smack this young man around. Just, which one do we want? Let's go with the bottom left. Yeah, let's go with the bottom left. I mean, first sequence here we'll look at. Oh, okay. Oh, oh, left hook puts him down. That's the beginning of the end there. Let's look at that again. Oh yeah, gets right out of the way, bends at the hip, throws a big right hand, just misses, throws that left hook, catches him, drops him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was a nice sequence. That was a nice sequence. Let's see this other one. Let's see this other one now. Hold on, I wanted to turn the sound off. All right, just misses with the jab. Big overhand right, catches him at the top of the head, throws him over. Referee has to call it. catches him at the top of the head, throws him over. Ref is like, nah, this shit over with, bro. This shit over with. Oh, right at the top of the head. Right at the top of the head. Garbarino. Another BKFC KO. Where are they finding these guys, man? These guys got power over there. These guys got power over there. He's hitting him at the top of the head with what? Like, that couldn't have been his nut. Nah. Nah. His knuckles landed on the top of his head like that? That had to have been like the palm of his hand or something, because to drop him like that didn't even look clean. Was it the temple? I don't even know what it was. It the knuckle? I don't know what it was. But Garbarino's hands, my lordy lord. The finishes in bare knuckle are always either finesse like Arlovsky or just straight blast through the defense like, huh? Yeah, agreed, Octopus. I mean, oh man. And Lazy says that Garbarino versus Tomlinson fight was so bad. Yeah, but at least Garbarino portrayed beautiful boxing. I mean, did you see his footwork? I mean, come on. Tomlinson took a knee 24 times. I know that's why the referee at that point was like, all right, this shit over. This shit is over with. But the last knockout on the BKFC card and the last knockout of the week that we have to talk about. I mean, it's not a knockout segment if we don't talk about somebody that sells out, lives on the sword, dies by the sword, by the knockout, like one of the best. This man has knocked out legends, whether it be in the cage or outside the cage. Vanderlei Silva knows. Talking about Charles Crazy Horse Bennett, baby. Charles Crazy Horse Bennett defeats Pat Sullivan via TKO round 2. Please check out the knockout by my man Crazy Horse. I mean, this is the perfect way to end the week. A Charles Crazy Horse Bennett knockout. Pull it up, baby. Pull it up. Let's look at the bottom left. Let's look at the bottom left for actual cinema here. Oh, that clean left hand. Look at him looking around like, what the fuck did he hit me with? You know, what the fuck did he hit me with? He's wobbling backwards. Ref's talking to him. He can't even understand what the ref's saying. It's not even that he doesn't want to fight. He literally can't hear the ref. He got hit so hard, it's ringing. He's like, what the fuck is he saying? That's how hard the knockout is. He's just wobbling backwards. His equilibrium's off. Ref's talking to him. He's shaking his head. He's like, oh, Charles just absolutely celebrates. I think there's another video of his celebration. Wait, hold on. Is it in here? Or are these just photos? These are just photos. But, oh, man, just let's go, Crazy Horse. Let's fucking go, my guy. Deserves to be talked about, deserves to be celebrated, because we don't often get to celebrate him. More often than not, when we're talking about Crazy Horse, it's him on the other side of that KO. So, yeah, those were my boxing knockouts of the week, and absolutely every single last one of those knockouts, all 10 of them deserve to be talked about. I mean, we didn't get the most knockouts, but we had ourselves a few, man. We had ourselves a good few. So appreciate the knockouts that happened this week. Not too many on the UFC Vegas card, only 2 there. We had 4 solid entries from the PFL Dubai knockouts, even though one of them was a sub technically. And then we had the boxing knockout from Brandon Figueroa versus Nick Ball, and then the 4 entries from BKFC. So yes, we will be moving BKFC into the boxing bracket. Yes, BKFC counts as the boxing bracket. It's literally called bare knuckle boxing. So, you know, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and group those in an effort to make a solid division there. So appreciate everybody that tuned into the channel. Appreciate it. If you like the video, if you like the content, like the video below on your way out. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when we go live. Again, Tuesdays are for TKOs. It's TKO Tuesday. But don't forget, we have a parlay. We have a parlay to put together, huh? Don't we? Yes, we do. Guys, Zuffa Boxing 3. That's happening this week. All right. So before I get out of here, let me give you guys a parlay. We have Ajagba. I think he's going to get a TKO. I don't know what the odds are yet. Obviously, they don't release the odds earlier this week, but I think he's going to get a TKO. And I think this Zembekov is also going to get a TKO. I believe both of these TKOs happen early. I'm liking the 1 to 6. I'm even liking the 1 through 4 on these. I'm going to be parlaying all 3 of those. They're TKOs together, they're 1 through 6s together, and they're 1 through 4s together. Keep in mind that Ajaba's opponent only knows the knockout, win or lose. Martin is 34-1. He's 39 years old. Okay. He's 6'5" with an 80-inch reach. He lost to Adam Kavnaki and Jared Anderson by decision. All right. He also lost to Anthony Joshua and Luis Ortiz, both by KO. Okay. He got a first-round KO in his last fight. 12 of his last 15 fights ended in the first 6 rounds. 12 of his last 15 fights ended in the first 6 rounds. 2 decisions, and 1 was in round 8. Those were the last the 3 fights that didn't end in the first 6. Okay, 1 was still a round 8 KO. Ajaba is 35 years of age. Okay, a little bit younger. He's 6'6", a little bit taller, 85-inch reach, a little bit longer. When he gets the KO, it's usually in the first few rounds. All right, he drew with Martin Bacoli in his last fight, and he lost to Frank Sanchez by decision, but I like him to get the KO in 1 through 6. And as for Zembekov, same type of deal. He's 13-0, 9 KOs, most happening in the first 4 rounds. He's only 28 years of age. He's Russian, by the way. And LB Ali, he's 24-0-1, or sorry, 24-1-0, I believe. Or no, maybe it is 0-1. 35 years of age. He's known to get the knockout in the first 6 rounds. His last 8 fights ended early, but keep in mind, when he was knocked out by our boy, the Haitian Jean Pascal, also Canadian, but we're going to count him Haitian. All right. Jean Pascal knocked him out. All right. So I think Zembekov is going to get a nice showcase bout in which he can knock him out. I'm parlaying those 2 knockouts together. That'll be our clubber knockout of the week. I'll post that, guys, for you by Saturday night, hopefully. And then maybe if we get to, say, 760 subscribers by Sunday, if we can get to there by Sunday, then we'll do a Zuffa boxing watch along. All right. So don't forget to tell your friends to try to get, share this with a friend. If you can get to 760, we'll do us a Zuffa boxing watch along on Sunday. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Don't forget to scan the QR code. We're trying to get to 750. Subscribe to the channel. One More Round fights everywhere except for X, where it is One More Round F8. Okay, that's where we also live tweet for the fight. So we'll probably, if we end up watching Zuffa boxing and doing a live watch along for that, then we'll probably live tweet for that on Sunday as well. Don't forget, send your, if you have any suggestions, if you like the content, if you want to send in some merch, if you want to send in some pictures of you with the merch or anything like that, One More Round fights at gmail.com. Again, I'm Gaff. I'm the host of this here channel. I give you guys MMA and boxing tips, picks, parlays, tricks, all that shit. We're here for the combat sports fight sphere. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I'm getting out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow where we talk grapplers on hump day. Again, tune into the channel. Matchmaker Monday, Clubber Subber Dubber, all that stuff. All right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we here. Friday, we usually do CP units. We're not going to have one this week because there's no UFC this week. It is what it is. We might have the live stream on Sunday. All right. I'm out. Peace.
mask it like the Phantom of the Opera. They mantra is somber to come around and haunt you. Tell the devil of Lucifer I'm heating up the universe. Two down to doom the earth. Using that fire to light the Mary and get zooted first. Blowing up so big that they can fit around Jupiter. Ain't nothing stupider. I hope I see some aliens. I'm done with Homo sapiens. Joining the mellow atheists under the influence of Tracy and just who the shadiest. Gray area, who's pertinent and who's extraneous. Never around my circle, expect to be in my radius. Check my diameter, you amateurs couldn't lap around a